The first time Jinshi offered Malmo a shortcut to power, she laughed at him. How ridiculous! Power! What use did she have for that? But Jinshi wasn't offering her status. So Malmo had accepted Jinshi's offer. And since then, she moved among the consorts not as a mere cleaner, but as an informal medical aide. A third who seemed strangely detached from the other women. Something that made the consorts huddle together in the courtyard, whispering urgently. The nurse followed, wringing her hands. She tried to hurry past, but Malmo stopped her. Please wait. Just a moment, she said, taking a clean cloth from her sleeve. His expression was unreadable as always. His eyes, however, held amusement. He saw what she had discovered, yet he offered her no answers. Instead, he smiled faintly and said, You're doing well now, Mao. Doing well, was she? She wondered if Consort Li would fare so well. If the child survived, it would be a healthy imperial heir. But if it died, a new vacancy in the emperor's heart and a new chance for one of the other women. There were always more children to produce. More pawns in their game. And the more Malmo uncovered, the deeper she was pulled into the palace's tangled web. She knew now that sometimes the truth could be a dangerous thing. Even telling the truth, making enemies. But what was truth? And what was she to do about it? She wasn't trained for this. She wasn't prepared for this. All she wanted was to tend her medicinal herbs in peace. But that life was gone. This one was inescapable. And maybe, just maybe, it was exactly where she was meant to be. The nurse recoiled slightly, but didn't refuse. Malmo dipped the cloth into a basin of warm water and returned to the infant. With deft movements, she bathed the child's distended stomach. The baby cried out, but it wasn't painful cries. It was soft. It was gentle. Then the nurse spoke. Please don't. You must not tell anyone. If word gets out, we'll be in terrible trouble. Trouble? What did she mean? Malmo thought about it. Trouble, yes, she knew exactly what she meant. I won't say anything, she promised. The newest consort was heavy with child, due in less than 4 months. That alone was cause for celebration. Most imperial children died in infancy. She learned about the strange change in diet, the constant lateness of meals, and the spoiled milk. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a mistake. It was intentional. Malmo felt a chill. Overfeeding, eh? Well, that explained it. She knew instantly what was wrong. Pale skin, soft cries, and a distended stomach. Symptoms she had seen before too many times. She had studied them, treated them, prevented them. This child wasn't just wasting away. The child was being wasted away. But why? Who would do such a thing? And why now? She wanted to ask more, but the nurse had already hurried away. She left Malmo standing there with the babe and 1,000 questions. It was a dangerous time, but none of the other women noticed, or perhaps none dared speak. But Malmo saw it. The infant's wet nurse looked nervous, too nervous. Her hands shook when feeding the baby. Her eyes avoided the other women. Of course, Malmo didn't miss it. She watched, waited, listened. They all lived in a gilded cage. Their days were filled with tedious rituals, their nights with hollow laughter. And behind the fans and the veils, Malmo saw fear. Fear of the Empress, fear of losing the Emperor's favor, fear of losing their heads. She tended to their children, helped with morning rituals, offered a listening ear and sound advice. Still a servant, still overlooked. But now much closer to the center of palace power than she had ever been. And with every day, she noticed more. He wasn't offering her wealth or lands or titles. He was offering her access. Access to secrets, to whispers, to information. To the heart of the palace where decisions were made and lives turned. And after everything they had been through together, everything he had shown her, how could she say no? She still wasn't interested in power, not for herself. But she had sworn to protect those she cared about. A consort with dark bruises hidden beneath her silks. Another with sudden mood swings that no one dared question. But Malmo saw something else too. Something worth telling the emperor about. When the opportunity presented itself, she excused herself to the kitchens. And once the child was settled, Malmo gently questioned the nurse. Later, when no one was looking, Malmo found Jinshi.